Deathwatch Veterans are elite space marines drawn from first companies of various chapters. These battle-hardened warriors serve in kill teams, bringing unmatched skill, experience, and powerful relic weaponry. Often clad in revered Terminator armor, they excel in close quarters combat against deadly Xenos. Their presence ensures mission success, with each veteran upholding the honor and legacy of their chapter during their Deathwatch vigil.
Hello my friends, my name is Max, today is Friday, and I think it's time to do something fun. We have these Deathwatch Veterans here, and I don't like that they're firstborn. How about we make Primaris Deathwatch Veteran? The way we're gonna do this, we're gonna take a torso from a Primaris Space Marine, namely this one, add a backpack suitable for a Primaris Space Marine, and after that, just add a lot of stuff. How does it sound? Let's figure out what we can do with it. I have in mind a character from Salamanders Chapter that is gonna have some relic weapons, but before we can get there, we need to start with the torso. So let's just go for it. This is a basic Intercessor torso, built from beats 34, 33, and these ones. Let's start with the torso, 33 and 34. Our torso is cleaned up. Let's see how it should be sitting together. Should be like this, and it's time to glue it. And this is our torso assembled. Now we need to build some legs. Let's start with the right one, 35 and 36. This is our right leg. Should be assembled like this. Let's glue it. There is a lock here. And this is our right leg assembled. Let's see how it should be sitting over here. There is also a lock. And it should be attached like this. I'm going to glue it directly. Here we go. This is our right leg attached. Now we need to beat the left one, 37, 38. And these are the beats of the left leg. Should be combined like this. Let's glue them. There is also a lock. Very, very nice leg. Let's see how it should be sitting on the torso. There is a look here. Should be along these lines. Let's glue it. And this is our torso with the legs. Looking very nice. We flip the page. Now we need to add a backpack 49. This backpack is a classic Intercessor backpack nightmare to clean up. Has a lot of mold line, but I was able to scratch it. It should be sitting over here like this. Let's try to glue it. And this is our pal with the backpack. This is the moment we stop following the Intercessor instructions, because we have achieved what we wanted to achieve. We now have a Primaris torso, and now we're gonna use some other beats in order to make this pal a Deathwatch Veteran. First of all, we would need to add some weapons. Our right arm is gonna be using the beats from Deathwatch Veterans. This is some sort of a bolt carabine or something. And it is a right hand. Let's see how we can attach it over here. I think it should be sitting somewhat like this, because he's kinda half turning. Or maybe he is actually shooting in that direction. That is a good question. Anyways, let's not glue it straight away, and let's see what we can do with the left hand. And the left hand, we're gonna use from the Salamanders Upgrade Kit. As you can see, there is a salamander symbol over here. There is a small flame on this power hammer. And let's see how it can be attached. So originally, my idea was that he is supposed to be like charging to his left, and the hammer should be like this, so he is supposed to smash someone. Now I'm more inclined to the idea that he should be shooting someone on his right, and the power hammer should be along these lines. So it's like this, and the gun is supposed to be like this. So he is shooting. Yeah, I think this is how we're gonna build him. Let's start with the hammer. I think this is our hammer position. And now let's glue the arm. And I think this is gonna be our stance for this spell. Looks very, very cool. Next, let's find the head. I really like how the head from the Salamanders Upgrade Kit looks like. Has a small flame over here, which probably means that this is gonna be a sergeant. It should be sitting over here along these lines. Let's glue it. I think this is the perfect position for our head, looking incredibly cool. Now let's find shoulder pads. Let's start with the left one with the Deathwatch symbology. This is our Deathwatch shoulder pad. Let's glue it directly. Should be sitting over here like this. Looking very, very cool. Now let's find the right one, preferably with Salamander's signature. The Salamanders Upgrade Sprue has a bunch of Salamander shoulder pads, and the Deathwatch Veterans kit has one Salamander shoulder pad. The difference is that since this shoulder pad is supposed to be sitting on the right shoulder instead of the left one, in our case, and I took this from Salamanders Upgrade Kit, it's not gonna be looking forward, sadly. Nobody will notice that, of course, because who knows how it should be sitting. But in the Deathwatch kits, it actually looks the other way around. It looks to the right. I think it's fine to have the Upgrade Kit's Salamander shoulder pad here too. But this is just something to keep in mind. If you want a Salamander head to watch forward, you probably want to take one from the Deathwatch Veterans kits. This is our pal, looking very, very cool. I think we are still missing some things over here. I think we need to give him a handgun. Primaris Space Marines have this handgun at the back of the miniatures, sitting over here, usually, along these lines, and let's do just that. Actually, let's move it a little bit here, so it is more reachable. And I think this looks very, very good. However, we are still missing something, I believe. We could use a tilting shield. Since he is wielding a close combat weapon, we could put a tilting shield somewhere here, somewhere along these lines. And this is our tilting shield in place. Preferably with some Salamander's transfer. I think it's gonna be great. However, we still are missing some things here, I think. Since we already figured out that this is gonna be a sergeant, we might just very well put a really nice brazier on top of him. Should be standing along these lines. I think it is supposed to be glued over here. Initially, I was about to cut off this stand that the torch is standing on, but I think I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna glue it like this, and it's gonna be fine. This is gonna be the front. And this is our torch in place. Looking incredibly cool. And I still think that we might decorate a bit more. So I found some relic on Intercessors Sprue, and I think we can place it over here. Along these lines. There we go. This is our relic in place. So this spell deserves a really good base. And we have such a base. This is a Sector Imperialis fancy base directly from year 2016. This is a 32mm base, exactly like the one that should be used. And let's see how our pal is supposed to be standing on it. I think it should be along these lines, kind of. Let's glue him. And that is our miniature, my friends. It took me roughly 45 minutes to build it. It looks very, very cool. We have a really nice Salamanders character for Deathwatch with a lot of Salamander symbology. Ironically, we do not have any flamers, but I don't think that all Salamanders are supposed to use flamers all the time. This is definitely not the last one Salamander's character for the Deathwatch that we built, so the further ones might have flamers. This mini is built from number of kits. First of all, we used a Primaris Intercessor torso. We used some Salamanders Upgrade Kit weapon. This weapon, the hammer, the head, and the brazier, are from the Salamanders kit. The weapon is from the Deathwatch Veterans kit. Ironically enough, this is the only bit from the Deathwatch Veterans kits. The shoulder pad is also from the Salamanders, but I would take it from the Deathwatch kit next time, because that way it will look forward instead of backwards, the Salamander head. This bit with the gun is from the Intercessors kit, and this decoration and the tilting shield are also from the Intercessor kits. And of course the base is from Sector Imperialis, very, very cool base, somewhat tricky to work with because of the surface. And now let's take a look how this mini stands next to some other miniatures. We of course have a Deathwatch Master. This is kinda a captain of Deathwatch. This is a firstborn miniature. It was released just before Primaris minis were released, and that is why it is a little bit shorter, but not by much. He has really cool gear, lots of fancy weaponry, and yeah, this looks very, very, very cool. I think the pal that we have built today fits perfectly along this guy. This is another Deathwatch character that I have built previously from the Primaris Intercessors. We can see that he has an auto-bolt rifle. This is a very large rifle with a lot of ammo. Looks very, very cool. Black Templars, judging by the shoulder pad. And it has slightly less decorations than the pal that we have assembled today. And of course, standing next to the Agrax Agathon, this is how our character looks. Very, very nice. Very recognizable torches on top of the power packs. Looking incredibly cool. And I think, yeah, we need to give the Deathwatch character a flamer next time. It's gonna be only fitting. And maybe some really cool cape. We shall see. And that is gonna be it for today, my friends. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It will help you to get more content like this in the future. Share your thoughts on this miniature in the comments below. Check out the video that you see now on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.